Hi guys, this is Chris with CodeChris.com. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, and all that fun stuff. And here's what I wanted to say. I've just tried the HTC VIVE, and it has surpassed my expectations. So for the longest time, I've had a real interest in VR, and I want to develop in VR. I have a background in computer animation, obviously. So I'm like, oh, Unity, like that can't be that much more involved for me to just know how to do the coding portion of it, right? And I am knowing how to code, but I don't quite know C# yet. And Unity has C#. But regardless, the point is, it got me excited about VR, and I've have this vision and this thought that like VR is going to take off. I know right now it doesn't seem like it. The average Joe does not care about VR, but that's, I think, an experience thing. Until you've experienced it, you don't know how awesome it is, right? So I have for my phone, I have Google goggles, right? There's nothing fancy about it, and it's a kind of cool experience, and it gives you a really good sort of like taste for what it could be. But your immediate thought is, the focus isn't quite there, the resolution, and there's a lot of limitations. And once again, you're on your phone, so you are kind of limited on some of those specs, right? But with the Vive, the HTC Vive, this is definitely where things have got to go. It's just got to happen. And I've wanted to buy one, but they're so expensive. And they just told me they had a price drop, and now it's about $500, which is awesome. But at the moment, I do not have a spare $500 to make that happen. But that's definitely become my goal. Initially, I was gonna be like, oh, the Oculus Rift because of all these things, whatever. No, hands down, the Vive, that's where it's at. And to give you a sense of what to expect from this thing, and it seems like late in the game, right? Because this thing's been out for a while. Well, first of all, I have a computer that's got the specs to actually run this bad boy. So there's that. And, I understand most people don't have those specs. And that's fine. That's why it's not, going to be to the average Joe. But let me tell you, this thing's so cool, right? So I did 3 demos, just 3. And I'm definitely going to go do more, go back to the mall. But so one demo was just an experience, right? You're standing on a sunken ship, and there's a big giant whale that comes by, looks at you and blinks, and then, continues on. And not gonna lie, it was kind of creepy, like, because you really think that's a living thing in front of you. Because everything is so smooth, and the resolution is so good, actually, that you actually do get scared. You do get a little uncomfortable, because with the audio, you do get sucked in so much. There's no better way of describing it than you forget you're wearing VR, and that's obviously the goal. And what it did for me on a movie level, because this was just a movie, you just stand there, you can kind of move around or whatever, but on a movie level, this is like, oh my gosh, how is this not the future of Hollywood? Also, it made it very clear to me, I don't know if I can, I'm like watching some of these videos people do, like the scary walking zombie or horror games with the VR. Yeah, forget it. I don't know if I can handle that. That is, I was uncomfortable just being that deep in the ocean. I was like waiting for a shark to come out, and she told me like there's no sharks, so nothing's gonna attack you. It's fine. But like when I got in there, you're just like you just feel like, oh man, anything could happen. Oh man, there's a whale coming. There's a whale. Oh my gosh, he's just standing there, blinking with his eye, waving his little fin. Like that's. It really brings you in. And so that was on the visual side an experience that, a little fish in front of your face and you just kind of back up. It really blows your mind. And then they have like a little tutorial, so you kind of see when you're just looking at your remote controls, and they've got a 3D version of your remote control, and you move the controller around, but you don't see your hand. You just see the controller. And it's in the exact same spot where your eyes think it should be. Like, your brain makes this association, and everything there's no delay, so it actually works. It makes sense. It's really hard to explain. And then there was another game called Shooty Fruity, where basically you're grabbing items and you're checking them out, and then you're grabbing guns and you're shooting fruit that are attacking you. It's just, a basic silly game, but like at a certain point, like you really feel like you're grabbing things and you're grabbing things and dropping them and grabbing this, it sucks you in, and like I said, like you really feel like you're inside the store. It's crazy. And the last thing I tried out was this. I used to play DDR. I loved it, and this was kind of the same thing, except like there's just fireballs coming at you, and you got these gigantic shields, and depending on the color, you hit and hit the beats to the music, which is pretty awesome. So, anyways, what this did is it really opened up my eyes to, once again, sort of re-solidifying what I think is going to be the new norm, the future. And like I said, right now the problem with VR is mainly that it's not to the common consumer because they don't have that experience. And I really think a lot of that initial experience for the common man is going to come from their mobile device. So I am excited for Google's Daydream, for Google setting the standards for certain specs in the phones that will allow them to basically have a more fluid VR experience. And that's essentially where I think things will eventually really start to kick off. And I haven't done any of the game systems, but once again, I don't really have a game system. I have a computer. So this is good. This is exciting, and it really makes me want to start developing all of a sudden for this platform, but not quite there yet. Although I did find I have found some JS frameworks that are introducing the VR world, and have some stuff. So that's probably a pet project I actually would be interested in, because oh man, it'd just be cool. It'd just be cool. So anyways, one step at a time, right? Anyways, have you messed with VR? I mean, have you checked this stuff out? It is amazing. Everybody, whatever. If you have Google goggles and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like it does whatever. No, not even in the same ballpark. Okay, that is like comparing. It's not apples and oranges. It's more like apples and watermelons. A whole truck full of watermelons. Like a apple versus a truck full of watermelons. I'm just trying to say, like the contrast is so large. You can't even until you experience it. So, anyways, but that's the future. That's where I think things are going. And then of course, like they have this whole thing they're pushing for. It's called not augmented reality. It's something else, mixed reality, which is basically they're just like taking mapping stuff over, so like you could work at your desk and you have a virtual setup, and it's kind of taking things in the real world but putting things in there. So that's kind of the future work environment that I imagine we're going to be going with. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Any questions, thoughts, ideas for future episodes, just let me know. And I don't have enough subscribers I've so little subscribers, I can definitely get back to your comments. There we go. Alright guys, have a good day.